Dearest, beloved, divine friends and families, in the raw, RK's Guyana Free Media, as I wrap up my early morning exercise and enjoy the early morning sunshine, which converts the good cholesterol in your body to become vitamin D. Friends and families, for your information, vitamin D is a necessary component to fight COVID-19. And so we must ensure we use a lot of fish, especially the ocean fish, the deep ocean fish, the fatty parts of it, called liver oil, and exercise, get the morning sun to interact with your cholesterol, good cholesterol, to produce vitamin D complex. Friends and families, before I went in to go and fresh up, I just said, let me turn the newspaper, and I saw Freddie Kissoon's article of today's KAIETEUR, Thursday 24th. And I thought I might use the opportunity to read it out right now. So before I go there, I must let you know and remind you to sanitize, keep your social distancing, please wear your mask. That's the only thing that works. There is no medication, but immunity by food. Green mango skin, fresh mangoes, but the mango skin, the ripe one even. All right, the lemongrass, the fever grass, the spice, the ginger, the passion fruit skin, boiled all in a broth with the lime leaf tea, the orange, if you want to, it's a bit bitter, a few pieces of neem. I have plenty if people want, and I have plenty of lemon and lime leaves if people want. But you got to come here for it, you know. And I can make arrangement. The most I can do is arrange it to be in the office for you. So friends and families, I'll make these potions, eat these green fruits, these sour fruits, eat these this bitter and sour things, a lot of Karila. Keep out of too much of cold drinks. The fat of the disease, it's a fat, you know. It's not really, it's not really what we all thought it was. So it has to be starved in your body, and the heat kills it. So sunshine is also a medication. Spend lots of time in the sunshine, in heat in general. Friends and families, Freddie Kissoon, I wonder if one day he is going to take this thing up where Mr. Harmon was attacking and trying to destroy me, and put those people in different capacities as the intellectual, sorry, not intellectual, the intelligence officer that he thinks he is, intelligence officer with a clandestine motive to destroy, break, and possibly, which at one time could have led to civil war in this country. That's a different matter. I'll take that up in an article, as I'm challenging Mr. Harmon to face me with his pronouncements and what he has been doing versus my words for self-protection without weapons and to protect your minorities. I'll be challenging him very soon in an open medium letter, as I'm doing here now. But let's get back to Freddie Kissoon. Remember to sanitize, please. Wear your masks, ladies and gentlemen. Don't socialize, no matter who you're with. You don't know, some people are carriers. The disease, when it hits you, it kills you, but it does not hurt them. My friend Captain Jerry Gavaya did a fantastic job on that. He was a carrier, and he did not suffer a moment or a second. So, and he advised people so much to protect themselves. What a hero he is. And so, the world's most dangerous minds exist in Guyana. I honestly to God think so. And I'm going to Freddie Kissoon article now on September 24th, as I said, the Freddie Kissoon column. And send messages of this to your friends and families. And if you do come in late, try to relook, and you can check it on YouTube, RK's Guyana Free Media, and this is One in the Raw. One of the most unbearable patterns of thoughts I find exist in this country Freddie Kissoon says, was manifested in the newspapers weeks after Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali was sworn in as president. This shape of the mind is so curious that you don't know it is even at work or the mind honestly without any scheming, and the emphasis is on honesty. Believe what it turns out. I remember writing about Tony Blair's decision for British intervention in the war in Iraq because he believed Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. Academic society in the United Kingdom tends to reject this claim by Blair, postulating that he was happy to be a psychopath or a petty underling or follower of President Bush. That's my emphasis. Who ordered the invasion, but we would never know. Suppose Blair, deep in his soul, thought that Iraq had those weapons. You mean with all their MI5 and their Scotland Yard and their various intelligence network, and they wouldn't know? It had to be a conspiracy to break and destroy Saddam Hussein and then put the people down in a position, because it will appear that some of these countries must never have strong leaders. Their wealth must not get to go to their people, and they must not raise to become big, and that their country and their resources must be manipulated and used. Back to the article. We are seeing letters often in the press since the new president was sworn in last month, written by people calling for racial tolerance, inclusive temperament, moral honesty, clean politics, mutual appreciation of each other, who hold opposing conceptualization, and in the same breath lamenting that Guyanese society lacks good people, thinking people, ethically driven people, and is devoid of important values like honesty, incorruptibility, open-mindedness, etc. But when you go back before August, these same letter writers were displaying poisoned, imbalanced, depraved attitude on the political developments since the election impasse began with Claremont Mingo on March 4th. How can you reconcile this contradiction, Mr. Freddie Kissoon asks. In March, April, May, June, July, you wrote about the election was tampered with by the opposition. You support the incumbent's wild, sick, degenerate claims that it won the poll. You sang praise to racist, corrupt leaders who are putting Guyana at the precipice or the end of the mountain on top, where you could fall down, ladies and gentlemen. Those who may not understand. You denounced foreign governments for rejecting rigged elections. You accuse international observers of insulting Guyana's sovereignty. Then comes August. The incumbent used up its ghastly, ghoulish energy, and the world demanded the rightly winner be accepted, and suddenly you want a Guyana where people must be good, conscientious, and honest. In other words, what are you trying to say? That these people have been brainwashed to evil. The evil preponderates in their psyche, their mentality, their existence, and then suddenly they will change to turn good, beautiful, sweet people? Or it's, to my opinion, it is opportunistic to get benefits and favors. Back to the article. You contributed to the erosion of those values. Now you are base-faced enough to question where they have gone to. Are we dealing with the sick and dangerous minds? Freddie Kissoon asks. Are these letter writers just pouring out what they feel without a hidden agenda? He's asking. He's trying to be balanced. I had a chat on Monday midday with KAIETEUR News publisher Glenn Lal on one such letter writer, and he said, "You sure he wrote those things during the election crisis?" And he drew it to him. There were columnists in other newspapers writing that in Guyana there is relevance of the Black Lives Matter movement, while a majority of black Guyanese were attacking and robbing East Indians in Region 5. I'd like to read that back. There were columnists in other newspapers writing that in Guyana there is relevance of the Black Lives Matter movement, while a majority of black Guyanese were attacking and robbing East Indians in Region 5. Murdering also, rapes, filling up, robberies, burning homes, arson, burning vehicles, stealing paddy, stealing cell phones, punching people. Let me just elucidate there. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, those people were encouraged by two personalities who went up there, and two personalities before that who were on social media smartly enticing the people, even in cohorts. They were in cahoots with a lawyer, from what I understand, of low caliber, who is trying to get popular so he can get some jobs from people in the area. Back to the article. Not one of these columnists wrote that East Indian lives matter. And I must say that I'm ashamed that till to date, that even the opposition leader, which is a very powerful position in Guyana and in the scheme of things around the world, till now he has not stopped the marauding beaters, the killers, the rapists, the burners, the arsonists of homes and businesses, the rapists. Till now, he, nor the former president, a man whom I tried hard to respect and looked up to as a historian, and I swear that he would have protected his name and his dignity and honor in history for the ages into the future. Not one of these columnists wrote that East Indian lives matter. For me, all lives matter. In America, if you're not white, you're considered to be black by a certain society, not by the laws. And so I believe Black Lives Matter. And many white people support Black Lives Matter in America. In Guyana, all lives matter, because we are all one family. You cannot import out of emotion, because you have hate in your heart, what you feel should be brought here to somehow or the other clandestinely create a riotous situation. I believe two persons of power who went up and were encouraging these people wanted to turn this country into mayhem and bloodshed, which is why I called for the people who feel threatened, that is the Indians at that time, to protect themselves. Form protection group. Equip yourself with a baton or pieces of sticks, not even wood, nothing else. Be on the lookout, protect your minorities, do not become aggressive or be aggressors. Compare that to what Mr. Harmon, and I'm ashamed to say, a man that I truly looked up to at one time, David Arthur Granger, said to their peoples, and smartly motivated trouble. And they had certain people who were riling them up. Same thing for Shara Duncan, Christopher Jones, and others underground personalities who were involved in trying to create a state of warfare, hoping that there would have been retaliation. My understanding is that the PPPC and the government also sent out people in their various districts to warn them not to retaliate. And I did the same thing in my posts. And to the hundreds of people who visited me and called me for guidance, who wanted to retaliate and who had the equipment, they said, in the bush that they use for hunting when they're doing logging and farming. So friends and families, I don't want none of that, because I have family who are Indo-Guyanese, who are Afro-Guyanese. I have mixed relatives. And we are all one human family under God. We are one people. We are one love. And those who try to do that thing has done bad, and it has all backfired now. They have become pariahs in Guyana, pariahs elements of hate and around the world, and some of them might be getting charges for incitement into criminality, murders, indirectly. Certain persons in the opposition might be involved, certain persons who like to go on Facebook and live stream hidden sentiments to create hate and warfare might have to answer according to my basic instincts of common sense and projection. In Guyana, all we need is understanding and cooperation. People, look at what your leaders did. They send you out to beat and hurt, kill, murder, chop, burn. You have been exposed. Somebody could be hired smartly within your area to identify you all through your body language and through your body, even if you wore a mask, and your voices. You could be found very easy, and you could have to face the penalty, while those who put you up to it are safe and hidden, at least so they think. But they sleep well and safe from anything, and you get injured. You get into trouble. You get locked up. You get into the law. You lose your record for goodness. You affect your criminal record, and so on and so on. And you now have to suffer from a guilt that you might have killed someone or hurt someone, and you have to live the rest of your life with that.